Welcome to Toffee TV. We are in Everton headquarters. The live buildings. It's amazing. I know you can only see a white wall and a couch, but honestly, take my word for it, it's amazing. Over there in that window is Bramley Moor Dock. Tonight...
Through the window, not in the window.
Well yeah, all right, Sad. Tonight, the process for moving to Bramley Moor Dock has started. The official, anything before that's happened is just, you know, the club being nice and talking to us. Tonight, the official process started with the launch of the website. On November the 15th, the public consultation will start. It will be your chance to get down on a questionnaire.
Thoughts and feelings.
Thoughts, fears, whatever. But the most important thing is that you fill that form in. Because if you think you're sitting there as an Evertonian going, I want to move to Bramley Moor Dock, this is it on paper. You know, we can all wish things in our head, but you've got to actually write things down to confirm them. And this is your chance to confirm them. But not just you as an Evertonian. Anyone you know who is in favour of Bramley Moor Dock, get them to fill this form in. It's so important because this starts the process. And whether you think you're sitting there thinking, God, another consultation. No, this is a legal requirement of the planning permission that hopefully Everton will start next season. But it all starts with this. Baz, thoughts?
Just what you've said, it's so important for everyone to get involved. This will be your involvement, if you're an Evertonian, as probably the biggest thing that this club will do. The biggest thing that you will be involved in, moving our home from Goodison Park to Bramley Moor Dock. That will only happen if we all get involved in it. We're being, you know, encouraged, and we're encouraging you as fans or as residents of Merseyside and beyond to get involved and fill in this consultation, because it's really, really important. But the biggest thing is as well, Ped, is that this is a big milestone that has began.
We just sat in a meeting for an hour and a half going through the process of this and what it means and why it's so important to get people talking about this process. If there's people you know who are against this stadium, we are hopefully going to start telling them why they should be in favour of this stadium. There's going to be a lot more coming out in the days and weeks, coming from the club, coming from you know, in interviews and bits and bobs around the stadium, telling you more and more detail. Obviously, there are legitimate fears about this stadium out there, but some of them have been twisted for some people's own ends, let's say. A lot of those things will become clear, and hopefully will push people in the right direction. So all those people, you know, Jeff from West Derby been ringing up Roger Phillips. All those problems will be dealt with and will be the answers will all be there. So the website's been launched. There'll be a link in our description. Go and check that out. On November 15 is when the process starts. There'll be a road show which will be going around different retail parks and obviously things like the Blue Base. Before Liverpool 1 before some of the games, not directly before the games, but hours before the games. People will be able to go down and talk to people about this and be able to fill in forms and things like that. But we can't get over, we can't stress the importance of filling in this form. It's such a key thing. So the people, not the club, but the people who are going to go through the process independently will know that the people of Merseyside want this stadium there that's going to bring in all this money for, you know, not only for Everton, but obviously for any future events as well, that obviously other stadiums have as well.
We're talking £1 billion into the economy. We're talking 15,000 jobs into the local area.
Listen, it's huge for the city. And as I've said before, as someone who's proud to come from Liverpool, as someone, forget about football allegiances, you know, Big Stand FC over there, you know, we mock them, but the money they bring into the city because they've made their stadium bigger, the money that comes into
more people,
you know, money that comes into hotels, comes into restaurants, comes into everything, bars, cafes, everything, taxi drivers, you know, everything that comes into the local economy is because of that. Now, those people have got to ask themselves the same question: do they want that from Everton? Are they willing to put that nonsense to a side to help the city? Because this is something that will really kickstart the regeneration of a part of the city that is literally untouched. You know, the dock area, you go down there at night, there's just nothing down there. There's no hardly any life down there at all, and it's a really important step, this, and we can't stress that enough how important a step it is in the process. It starts here. Listen, I know everyone's screaming the same things. Where's the money coming from? What's the capacity going to be? What does it look like? Right? That's the next bit.
It's all irrelevant at the moment.
Or the next bit after that, and they won't come unless this bit's done first. This has to be done first. You know, you can't move into a house without doing all the processes, that, you know, all the board and stuff. You've got to do that first.
And don't just assume, because you're an Evertonian, that the people who are going to be looking at these results think that you're just in favour of it, so you don't need to join in. We've seen some stats before about other surveys. 9,000 people filled it in. If 9,000 people listen, it's not going to be enough. We all bang on about we want 55, we want 60,000 capacity. Listen, if it's that important and we're telling people that's how big our fan base is and our capacity is, there needs to be at least 60,000 people filling this in at the very least. So everybody has to fill it in. Everybody in your family. It's not one form per family. It's every single member of your family, and whether you're red or blue or red and whatever it is.
We've had loads of discussions about the stadium over the last months, years even, and that was our chance to have our opinion on this. But this is not an opinion thing. This is, if you want to move to Bramley Moor Dock, this is your chance to help that process and speed up that process as well by taking part in this survey, which starts on November the 15th. So I know we sound like a broken record. I know we might sound like we are bleeding doing PR for the club. Well, guess what? We are doing PR for the club because we want a boss new stadium over there that we can be proud of.
It's PR for us.
As Evertonians.
As Evertonians, that's what it's for. It's going to be our ground. Yeah. So that's why it's massively important.
Check the link in the description for the website, which will give you all the details on the process. It'll tell you about all the road shows. It'll tell you about where you can fill in the form. You can go down to the Blue Base for a week. It'll just tell you anything you need to know. If you need to convince somebody who doesn't agree with this, the only way you can do that is if you've got all the relevant information, and that's what this website will give you. So listen, if you're in favour, if you want a big capacity, whatever, make sure on November the 15th you're doing that. Simple as that.
Yeah, get your voice heard, because then you can't moan. If you don't do it, you can't have any say in anything that happens after it.
Yeah, make sure you read as well everything that is published tonight. I know there's going to be some articles from some journalists, and they'll be filling in a better picture than we can at the moment. So go and do that as well. And thanks for watching Toffee TV.